This week, we're wishing you a very merry unbirthday as we discuss the next attraction spotlight, Mad Tea Party. This is episode 94. I'm Soraya.
I'm Aurora.
And together, we're just
your
your average Disney travelers. Okay, so this attraction, I think everybody knows, is not my cup of tea.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, come on. It had to be done.
It was like so blatant. Like it was just like so in your face too. It wasn't even subtle.
But it is such a classic attraction. I think this is probably, if when I first think of Disneyland and I'm thinking of an iconic image or attraction from Disneyland, it's this and Dumbo. Those are the two for me. Even more
Really?
than, yeah. It's so iconic to me. What would you say are yours?
I don't know.
You don't agree necessarily though?
I mean, I definitely see it. I just wouldn't expect it to be your what comes to your mind.
Well, it's not necessarily because they're my favorite. It's that
Well, yeah.
that's just what I think of, and I think people think of. If you see the teacup ride, if you just see a picture of spinning teacups, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Disneyland. No, not dizziness. Disneyland. But I mean, you know what I mean? It's like
close
it's
enough.
so. Same with Dumbo. I mean, I don't know. Of course, I don't know. I just think that those are some of the most iconic and classic attractions. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about Mad Tea Party this time. And do you want to start us off with some information?
Yeah. So it opened on July 17th in 1955.
So it was an opening day attraction.
Yeah. And it was located in Fantasyland. Okay. The attraction type is a spinning ride. Surprising. It lasts for about a minute and 30 seconds. You have about 3 or 4 people in a cup.
I would say it's probably 3 or 4 adults. If you had kids, you could probably put in a
5.
couple more. Yeah, you could have probably 2 adults and 3 kids if you had a family like that size.
Yeah. There are no height restrictions, and you must be able to transfer from a wheelchair or ECV, and there's no lightning lanes.
Yeah, and in addition to having to transfer out of the chairs, you also need to keep in mind there is a step up, you have to step into the vehicle.
Yes.
So you have to be able to raise your leg over to get into that. But anyhow, yeah. All right, so it's inspired by the unbirthday party scene from Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland. And the description that Disney gives is celebrate your unbirthday with a wild whirl through Wonderland. Madcap music fills the air as you rotate below a canopy of colorful lanterns. It's an exuberant swirlabration, and you're the guest of honor. Man, I kind of stumbled over all of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
well. Swirlabration.
Hey, I did not come up with that one. That one was Disney. Don't blame me.
It's an exuberant swirlabration.
Hey, they're trying to convince you to get on this ride because otherwise, I don't know. It scares me away, the spinning. But anyways, okay, so we've got quite a few fun facts on this one.
Yeah.
So you want to start us off?
Yeah, the first one is that there's a spinning teacup ride in 5 of the 6 Disney park destinations.
Okay, all over the world.
Yep.
Yeah. But Disneyland's is the only one that does not have a roof over it. It's the original, obviously. It opened with the park, as well as Disney World's opened with the park when Disney World opened. But they learned from Disneyland's mistake. Dang it. That was my phone notification. Anyways, they learned from Disneyland's mistake of not having a roof, and they put a roof over all of the other ones. However, Disneyland's is beautifully situated under shady trees with hanging lanterns. It looks really, really pretty.
Yeah. When it rains at Disneyland, the ride has to shut down because the water causes the turntables to slip and they stop spinning.
Yeah, which is why all of the other attractions, all the other versions have a roof of some sort. So keep that in mind. You're in the open air. It could be sunny and hot for part of the time. There are trees, but you're definitely not completely shaded. So while both Disneyland and Walt Disney World call this ride Mad Tea Party, the non-US parks have a slightly different name for their attractions. So Tokyo Disneyland calls theirs Alice's Tea Party, and Disneyland Paris calls theirs Mad Hatter's Teacups. And Hong Kong Disneyland is super similar to the Paris version. It's just Mad Hatter Teacups. And I'm not really sure why they all have to have something slightly different that's so dang similar. Like Mad Hatter's Teacups versus Mad Hatter Teacups. Why? Just pick one. Pick one and stick with it. But anyways, it is what it is.
Yep. On opening day, the Mad Tea Party was located behind the castle in King Arthur Carousel.
Okay, yeah. So you could look through that drawbridge, and it was, I guess, not exactly right there. It was behind the carousel too, but still, yeah. What's behind there now? That's where Dumbo is now.
Yeah.
Dumbo's a little off to the side, but right in that area. Yeah. Okay, when Fantasyland was redesigned in 1984, that's when they relocated this attraction to its current location, which is, it's funny because Fantasyland, we always think of, like, Fantasyland, is right behind the castle. But what you don't realize unless you're really thinking about it or looking at the map is it kind of wraps around to the side. It's not just in one neat contained area.
Yeah.
It wraps around to the side, and so you've got, like, we're going towards Toontown, and so this is now located off on the side, on the other side of Alice in Wonderland's ride, but also across from Matterhorn, the Matterhorn bobsleds. So it's not behind the castle anymore, but it's off to the side. If you're going down Main Street towards the castle, you're going to take a right.
Yeah.
Right before you get to the castle, and then it'll be down that way.
Yep. This attraction is built on 3 small turntables, which rotate clockwise, each holding 6 teacups within one large turntable rotating counterclockwise.
Got all that? I know.
Yeah,
it's like,
totally.
yeah, which is exactly why I've never been on this attraction. Because of all these rotating turntables in different directions and teacups that are spinning in different directions, and yeah, so I have not been on it. I'm kind of tempted to try it, but I also am really nervous to try it because it just sounds like a recipe for disaster. Yep. In 2004, the speed was dialed down. So if you remember, if you are one of those people who says, "Man, I could have swore this ride used to be faster," when you were younger, chances are it was. So yeah, they totally did used to go faster than they do now. I think I heard it was because they had a few people that would, like, maybe fall or stumble. I don't know if they slid off their seats or something while they were spinning or what, but yeah, they slowed it down to kind of keep it contained.
Yeah. In fact, during the ride's first 2 years, there was no brakes or clutches. There was no limit on how fast these teacups could be spun.
Could you imagine that?
It's
like, it makes me feel like the image I have is these teacups going so fast that they, like, spin off the attraction and just, like, skid across the, it's like,
well,
oh my gosh,
too much.
I wonder how many people got sick, because that's just crazy. All right, it is said, there's a rumor, it said that the orange diamond cup is the fastest spinner, followed by the purple cup, and that the 2 heart cups are the slowest. But it's also said that that's a myth. So I'm not really positive if it's a myth or if it's true. I suspect it might have been true at one time, but probably when they toned it down in 2004, then most likely that is when that stopped happening. And I know there was a lot of controversy. People just kind of threw a fit, and there was created an uproar about them slowing it down and making it hard to spin very fast and all of this. But despite all of the complaints and the, people petitioning for it to be returned to being able to go faster, Disney never did reverse that. So it stayed where you can control how fast it's spinning, but only up to a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so occasionally Alice, the Mad Hatter, Tweedledee, and Tweedledum, or even the White Rabbit will sometimes join riders in their teacups. Now, we've never seen that happen. I've seen photos, so unless those were promotional photos, which sometimes Disney does, it's possible. But I've heard that this happens, and so that would be kind of fun. I do know that frequently in that area you will see those characters.
Yeah.
Or at least especially Mad Hatter and Alice. I don't know how often you really see Tweedledee and Tweedledum and the White Rabbit, but it's possible. I mean, I know that some of the characters ride like the carousel, and so yeah, they might. I've just not witnessed it. Now watch
Me
the next
either.
time we go, we'll see it, and I'll be like, oh, dang it. If we had recorded this a month later, we could have had better information. But anyways, yeah, so it's a possibility. Keep your eye out, maybe.
Yep. For a limited time during the 50th anniversary celebration, there was a gold teacup on this attraction. However, at the end of the celebration, it was removed.
Yeah, they also had a gold teacup by the Mad Hatter shop where you can, where they have a teacup where you can sit in. It used to be gold during that time, and I wonder if they'll bring it back for any of the other celebrations.
Probably. It
Like
might not.
the 100th or something.
Yeah, maybe it won't be gold. Maybe it'll be like silver,
Right.
not gold. But I feel like they'd bring back a fancy teacup, at least.
Crystal teacup. Diamond teacup. They
what I was
missed out
thinking.
on that for the diamond celebration.
Yeah.
They should have done that for the 60th anniversary, made a diamond teacup. I don't know if that'd be very comfortable. Could you imagine how much that would cost?
Oh, you were talking about like a real diamond
Yeah,
teacup.
I was.
I was thinking like a diamond styled teacup.
Yeah. Like with the angled, like the...
Yeah, like it's not actual diamond.
I know, it wasn't actual gold,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
It would take so many pieces of diamond to make that.
Yeah.
For what reason?
No, I'm just teasing. I don't know. Some silly, goofy idea. All right, so that is obviously not going to happen.
Let's have a real diamond teacup for people to sit in.
Okay, but if they did, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like it'd break though.
Diamonds are pretty hard.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait.
It would be really, I think probably not.
It'll probably be fine.
Okay, so what's the next? I think this is our last fun fact.
Yeah. So the volume of a Mad Hatter teacup is approximately 37,500 cubic inches. It would take an estimated 3,000 cups of tea to fill one of these oversized teacups.
I found this really interesting, especially because I've been at school. We're in session already in Arizona, and I'm in middle school classrooms now, and we've been talking a lot about volume and stuff. And so, yeah, that image... 3,000 cups of tea.
It's a lot of cups of tea.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think I read that the capacity for this attraction is something like 1,100 people an hour, and so that's like 3 hours worth of people going through that line getting a cup of tea each.
Yeah.
To fill one of those. So that's a lot.
Yep.
Okay, so those were our fun facts, but we do have some tips.
Yeah.
All right. You want to share one of those tips?
Okay, so there is a steering wheel in the center of the teacup that lets you control the direction and speed of your spin. If you want a wild ride, turn that wheel fast and hold on. If you want a gentler ride, you do not need to turn the wheel at all.
Yeah. I'm so tempted to try this attraction.
It's not that bad.
That's why I'm thinking if I can go on it and not turn the wheel, I just can't go on it with anybody that's going to
Do you do
be
better
funny
if your eyes are closed?
Not usually.
Okay, never mind.
Usually because you can still feel the sensation of
That's
the
true.
movement, and it messes me up. But this is an attraction that Saoirse could ride, and I think she would probably like it because she likes to feel the wind and everything on her face and everything, just feeling the wind going by. I bet she would like it, and so I'm tempted to try it. I'm gonna have to see how I'm doing that day and with other attractions and using my relief band. But the fact that I've never ridden the teacups, that just seems wrong. So I'm gonna have to try it, as long as I'm not gonna be sick. We'll see. Okay, so if you want a specific color teacup, and when I say you, I'm assuming probably kids, like your kids might have a specific color they want, but who knows? Maybe you do too. But if you do want a specific teacup color, keep in mind that it is a first come, first served basis. So as you enter the attraction, really make sure you know which one you're going for and make a beeline for it as soon as you enter. But if you're not going to be among the first people to enter and it's really important for you to get that color, you might want to step to the side, allow the other people to go ahead of you and wait another rotation and be the first one for the next group.
Yeah.
So
to take fun blurry to take fun blurry spinning pictures, try to get your shutter to stay open as long as possible, or as long as you can. Yeah. And brace your camera on something to keep it steady.
yeah, there's railing right around that ride, so you could always sit on the railing maybe. But yeah, if you want to try to get one of those classic blurry pictures of people spinning, yeah, I'm not that great with cameras, so I've not done it very well, but yeah. Now, you can also watch for PhotoPass photographers in this area right next to the ride. They don't take pictures of people on the rides, but they will take PhotoPass photos right next to the ride with this attraction behind you. And I just think it's a great photo spot. I love it. We've done it a couple times. I've seen photographers there both day and in the evening. So if you want, if you have a preference of which lighting you want or what you want the background to be like, then just go during then. They're not always there though, so you really have to watch, and you might have to ask other photographers if they know when a photographer will be in that area. But yeah, it's a great spot for PhotoPass.
Yeah, and it's a lot prettier at night.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
This attraction is so beautiful at night. Even if you're not going to ride it and you're not taking pictures, it is so fun, no matter what time of day, but especially at night, to just go and watch this ride or look at the ride, or just get the ambiance there, the feeling there. It's just situated so nicely, really pleasant and relaxing. Even though it's a spinning ride and people are having fun on it, it's still just so peaceful, I think. I love it. And I can't sit there and stare at the teacups for very long because that'll make me dizzy too. But I still always, always, always enjoy kind of just taking it in when I go by this ride. I like it. It's a great, great little spot. So the last tip, to take a fun photo in the teacups with friends or family or whatever group of people, or even just by yourself, head over to the Mad Hatter. Like I said, they used to have a gold teacup there during the 50th celebration, but it's not gold anymore, but they still have a teacup right there, right by the entrance to that hat shop. And it's a great spot. It's put there specifically for taking pictures, kind of like how we mentioned with Dumbo. They have an extra Dumbo vehicle off to the side so you can take photos there. Same with the teacups. So you can go and get in the teacup, take a picture, and even if you didn't ride it, you've got a teacup photo.
Yep.
All right, so do you have any memories of or experiences?
I have one memory / experience of this ride. I think I was with my aunt and 2 cousins. And that's it.
That's all you remember?
I mean, it was pretty tame. I remember it was pretty tame.
Yeah. It wasn't as thrilling.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. I've not ridden it ever. And so I don't have personal experience being on it. I just have lots of experiences of watching. And, either watching family members or friends or whatever riding it or taking photos or things like that. And so those are my experiences. I will say that you and I had a photo pass photographer do a night photo there once, and I thought that was a great picture. It was fun. But yeah, I don't know. I think I need to rectify this. I really do want to try this attraction. Will you go on it again?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But it's not one that you necessarily are always wanting to do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really care.
Yeah. You'll take it or leave it.
Yep.
I will say that this attraction doesn't usually have a very long line. The line's not that bad. It is slow moving because it's kind of slow loading the way that it loads, but it's not that long. I think that you can often find it for like 20 minutes or less. You very rarely will go over 30 minutes unless it's a super busy day, and then you know it'll go higher. But if it's your average day, it's not a very long ride. So or line, sorry, it's also not a very long ride.
Nope.
But yeah, so it's not a hard one to get on if you're interested. So you don't necessarily have to plan for like first thing or late in the evening or anything like that. Although of course the peak of the day is always going to have longer lines. So, but anyways, yeah. So that is our spotlight for the teacups. Hopefully you've enjoyed them if you've been on them. Let us know if you love them. Are they a must do for you? Some people do think it is. It's a classic must do ride. You have to do it at least once. Share with us. We'd love to hear about it. But thanks for joining us, and we'll talk with you next week.
See you.